Every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day and the world is waiting. Move along to the song, singing in your soul. Feel the beat, clap your hands, let it take control. All you need, all you want, are you ready to find your way? 'Cause every day is a new day.
Welcome to Wisconsin Family. I'm Jessa Jeremiah.
And I'm Justin Riley, and we are at the model smart home of J&K Security Solutions on Park Street here in Madison.
Yes, if you are interested in learning how to get some more technology into your home, I ask you to stay tuned because we've got an interesting segment later in the show talking about how to do just that. It's pretty simple and it's affordable, and I'm excited to share that with folks.
Wireless audio is what they're talking about,
Yes.
so we're excited about that.
A great segment coming up later in today's show. We are talking about some other great topics as well. Boxing is coming to Madison, and if you haven't seen a Supreme Hits promotion show yet, this is the one to see. They have a wonderful event coming up on September 24th, and these guys are very impressive.
The coming of the storm.
Yes.
We're having Dorn the Storm himself.
Who is now a world champ, and so we have a world champ
In our midst.
boxer coming
Yep.
on the show today,
Yep.
so we are very impressed and excited about that.
I have no segue for this next one, but so if you like cats and cuddling and coffee, you'll want to stay tuned because coming up right after the break, we're going to talk to Lauren from Cat Cafe Mad. This is such a unique business. It's something that's more prevalent out in the Eastern Hemisphere, but not so much here, but it's something that's, I think, becoming more popular. I can't imagine why.
Yeah, that's right. Well, and it's a wonderful way to get to know a cat before you adopt as well. So I think that's something that is gaining popularity. You get to know the cat a little bit, get to enjoy a nice moment over there, and there are some great folks.
Yeah, in a more real environment, too.
Yes.
So that's coming up right after the break here on Wisconsin Family, so stick around.
'Cause every day is a new day.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Family. We're here at the model smart home of J&K Security Solutions on Park Street.
Yes, talking technology a little later.
Talking technology, but first we're talking cats, coffee, and cuddles every day with Lauren Glover from Cat Cafe Mad. Lauren, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
So good to see you.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So what's new at Cat Cafe Mad?
We've got a bunch of events coming up. Yesterday was a board game night, so people were playing Catopoly and Settlers of Catland. And September 9th through 10th is Halloween in September at Cafe Mad. Come in with a costume, enjoy yourself. Also, September 13th is an anime movie night. So
Okay.
You
got
guys
some things
stay
coming up,
busy.
yeah.
Yeah, you keep things moving and keep
Yeah.
events happening. Last time we saw you, I had to ask extra questions off camera, but I learned all about Pokemon Go. Because I didn't know.
not go there now,
we
Tessa.
won't talk about that. But some wonderful events and things for people to get involved with when they come and visit Cat Cafe Mad. Let's also talk about, because it's not just for the people having fun, this is also actually beneficial for the cats. How can people help cats?
Well, one thing you can do is actually come in and see our new cats. We've got a lot of cats that are adoptable, and also these cats, we chose them to be friendly. They actually really love people. They need people to come visit them. So come in, spend time with them, play with them, cuddle them, and maybe you'll fall in love with one and take them home.
Because that's an option, right? Adoption.
Right.
There's an adoption option. I just couldn't help but say that with some of the cats there.
Yeah.
So that's really nice to know, and an opportunity to get to know them a little bit then too.
Yeah, in a more home type of environment versus going to a cage and taking them out of the cage
Yeah.
and putting them back in.
And you don't really get an idea of their personality a lot of times at
Right.
these shelters, but once they're home at the cafe, they get to relax
Right.
and enjoy themselves.
Yeah.
And we just had one cat, she was adopted in, the owner came in and they came in every day and was like, I need to see this cat.
Yeah.
And then she got approved and immediately took her home. So now she's all happy at home, but
That's
we miss her
fantastic.
too.
That's fantastic.
Sure, I
Yeah, I
think you
suppose you get attached to some of the cats that come
Yeah,
through there, too.
definitely. Our fastest adoption, his name was Oliver, and he came in and he was there for 3 days and he was gone. And I was like, he's so sweet. And of course, he
Yeah.
went away.
But that's a good lesson for visitors too, to know that if you fall in love with a cat, go ahead and adopt them because
Right.
they might not be there the next time you visit.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. sometimes, you know, you got to set these up.
Yeah. Did you have any cats in particular that you have gotten in recently that you wanted to talk about or discuss a little bit?
Yeah, we actually we got in some beautiful long-haired cats recently. There are two, a brother and sister group, and they're both black long hairs. One of them's Bella. She purrs whenever you pet her and whenever you groom her. And one of them's Hemingway, and he's called that because he has 6 paws, 6 claws. And Hemingway was well known for having polydactyl cats, so he's got a very appropriate name.
Cute. Okay.
And one name is Puda, who's gray, and right now she's a gray lion. He's a gray lion, because he needed to be shaved in places, and but he looks so cute wandering around as a little gray lion.
Got a nice little mane going.
We also have 2 short hairs. One of them, Miles, is so friendly. He came in and immediately was just greeting everybody.
Sure.
So I'm expecting he's probably going to go pretty soon. But
Yeah.
Fun. And what a relaxing, I just think you were talking about the cat that purrs, you know, initially when you touch it. What a relaxing thing to have. It's such a calming experience to have a cat or even just go visit and pet a cat. We've talked about that a little bit before, but lots of special cats to go visit and possibly adopt, and some special things happening. But you actually have some specials at Cat Cafe Mad to share those with us.
yeah, so I want everybody to know, just because it's always good to have some specials. Children are half price, so between 8 and 12, you can definitely come. And Wednesdays are 2 for 1. So that's always a good day. If you're unsure about the cafe, good time to come in and try it for a nice price. We also have rewards. We have reward cards. You do 10 visits, and then you get a free visit. And also there's gift cards as well, which give you a nice discount. So
Good specials.
And if you come in, if somebody wants to come in right when you open, they can stay till close then.
Oh
right?
yeah, definitely. They can stay however long they want. They can even go out, say have lunch or dinner, and come back.
Oh, okay.
We keep track of that, and they
That's
can
cool.
definitely just hang out the entire day with cats if you want, and it's just very therapeutic.
Wow, that's incredible. Well, talk to us about, you talked a little bit about some new cats that are looking for adoption, but you are also then adopting cats that sort of live there at Cat Cafe Mad, is that correct?
Yeah, sometimes
okay.
we do.
Anybody new that you want to discuss?
Well, we don't have anybody new who we're keeping right now, but we've got a lot who are about ready. We have one new short hair. His name's Ripley, and he needs he's very shy.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he's getting out there, and I've started seeing him now actually coming out and visiting customers and then going
out
back
of
to his
his shell.
hiding place.
So now he's up for adoption.
He's up for adoption, yeah.
But he needs to get out of his shell and
Yeah.
say hi a little more.
Our local cat are the ones that we keep. A lot of them are very friendly. We have one named Princess. She will roll over for you to rub her belly, and she gives kisses.
Oh my
so,
Yeah.
you
Lots
know,
of different personalities. That's what makes it fun. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Lauren Glover from Cat Cafe Mad, thanks so much for joining us today.
thank you.
Bring a cat next time.
Yeah, I will.
There's more Wisconsin Family coming up right after the break, so stick around.
'Cause every day is a new day.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Family. Justin and I have been having ourselves a nice time here at the J&K Security Solutions Model Smart Home off Park Street.
Absolutely.
Enjoying ourselves, and we'll enjoy ourselves with you a little bit later and the folks here. Right now, we're talking boxing. This is incredible. We're talking with Supreme Hits Promotions. We're joined by Maurice Mohammed and Dwarn Vu, and we are so honored to have you guys here. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
It's just a pleasure. We're very excited about, there's a lot of hype surrounding the upcoming event on September 24th. So the event is called Coming of the Storm. If you haven't heard of it yet, make sure you look for it. And what a great opportunity to go see some boxing at its finest. Talk to us about what we can expect.
Well, coming September 24th, we're going to have a night of excitement. It's going to be tremendous. We have Dorn as the main event once again. He's the new WBF Super Featherweight World Champion. He's going to put on a great show. We have Deontay Boomaye Wilson. He's the co-main event. And we have a lot of fighters from the state and from out of the country and around the country. So it's going to be a night of exciting fights.
No kidding. Wow, lots of folks coming in for this.
That's a lot of different things going on.
Oh, yeah.
So, other than the September 24th event, what is in store in general in the near and distant future for Supreme Hits?
Well, right now we're looking to build up local talent.
Sure.
We have signed fighters from out of the country. Obviously, our other female world champs from Canada, Natasha Spence. We miss her. She'll be on the next show after this one.
Okay.
But we're signing in fighters from Mexico, all over, building up Supreme Hits, bringing Madison the excitement they should have had all along.
Yeah,
So
right.
it is exciting. And in case you missed what Maurice said earlier, Dorn is the WBF Super Featherweight World Champion. Incredible. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What do you do after that? Now what do you shoot for? You've reached such heights.
But right now I'm going to be shooting for more world titles out there. So
You're not stopping at just
Nope.
one.
Yeah.
Not just
You're
one.
not satisfied. I love it.
No.
Great.
Yeah.
Good for you.
There's always a place to move up, it sounds like.
Hey,
Yes.
shoot for the stars.
Yeah, absolutely. So I understand you guys are, this is kind of cool to me, you're leaving for training camp for Colorado pretty soon here. What is training in high altitude like?
it's actually a lot harder. You
imagine.
actually have more trouble breathing up there.
Sure.
It actually open up your lungs a lot more too.
Sure. So when you come back here, then you're ready. You
Oh
can,
yeah.
Yeah.
When we come back down here, you actually have a lot more energy and
Yeah.
stuff.
Is that the point? Is that why you do it? So you
Oh,
go
yeah.
train in high altitude and then you sort of adapt, I guess, to that environment and then you come back here and this feels like a breeze, right? No
Oh, yeah.
problem.
I've heard a lot of marathon runners do that. They'll go to the mountains. Serious marathon runners who
Sure.
are Boston bound. They'll go run in the mountains.
What a smart tactic. So exciting. So let's talk a little bit, Dorn, about your last opponent back in May. A really tough opponent, I understand. What do you think about your upcoming opponent? What are your thoughts?
He's actually a lot tougher than this past
Uh-oh.
opponent too. So
Okay. Good thing you're going and doing all this training. But they get tougher and tougher. The sport's got to keep evolving, I imagine. So to win titles probably just continues to get more challenging as time goes on and the sport evolves.
Yeah.
So really interesting.
Yeah. And I'm curious to know, I'm just thinking from a logistical standpoint about this event you have on the 24th, the Coming of the Storm. What does it take to put on an event like that? When do you start planning something like that? Where do you, how do you cultivate that talent that you were talking about, the local talent?
Well, what you do, it's a lot of work. I'll tell you that. There's a lot of sleepless nights.
Sure.
I have a very great team and staff. I have someone who takes care of contracts. They run everything by me, but they make sure contracts are done. Then I have another person who does the matchmaking, who contacts people all around the world to make sure the fights. And he asks me, okay, is this a good fight to put on? So it's a lot of work, about 3 to 4 months of planning, putting everything together. And I'm thankful for it. Hard work and dedication.
Yeah, but you're not doing it alone, right?
I'm not doing it alone. At times, I did feel that way.
Wow. Well, you've got to have a great team behind you to put together an event of this caliber and of the caliber of boxers that you have doing these things too. I mean, the coordination, the training, all of it. There's just so much that goes into it, and we thank you for doing it because you put on just wonderful, wonderful events.
Thank you.
Remind folks too before we go where the event is held, what the best way to get tickets is.
Well, the event will be at the Alliant Energy Center, 1919 Alliant Energy Center Way. You can go online to www.fightertix.com.
I was going to say, I know this. It's
You know
Fighter
that,
Ticks.
right?
Yeah.
Fightertix.com. You can come by the gym, Supreme Hits Boxing, or you can get them at the door.
Okay. Very good. Well, I recommend getting them in advance because these
Yes.
guys are fabulous, and I know that they're going to have a nice packed event at the Alliant Energy Center. So, well, we are just pleased to get the opportunity to interview both of you. Thank you so much, Maurice, for all of your hard work and coordinating being here today. And Dorn, congratulations on your success thus far. We can't wait to see what is in your future. I'm sure we'll talk to you again. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Make sure you get your tickets from Supreme Hits Promotion, FighterTix.com. We'll be back with more Wisconsin Family after the break.
'Cause every day is a new day.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Family. It's the moment we've all been waiting for. We're here at J&K Security Solutions in their model smart home, and we're going to talk a little bit about home audio and some of the advancements that have been made in installing home audio in your home. And here to talk more about that is the head of the smart home division, Bill Topol. Is it fair to call you head?
I suppose.
For this show, you are.
I am, yes.
For this show, you are. Bill, how are you?
I'm great. Thanks for being here. How are you?
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us. So we're going to talk a little bit about, I'm just excited because I love gadgets and toys and things like that, but let's talk a little bit about distributed audio. This is something that's it's relatively new, but really not that new. Can you talk to us a little bit about what distributed audio is?
It's not relatively new, but it's kind of the way it's progressing and changing, and
Sure.
the way homes are kind of coming with these sort of solutions in them right out the gate is evolving to where it's just expected now. The simplest explanation of distributed audio is speakers that are built in
Sure.
throughout the house that people can listen to audio in multiple rooms.
Sure, a central speaker system.
Yep, exactly. And typically they're built in walls or in ceilings. It sort of depends on the height of the ceiling, the finish, how the end user wants to use it. If you're looking to work with a designer or an architect that has some sort of specifications that you have to follow, a couple of things to follow.
Yeah, you look at larger homes that have been built within the last 10 years or so. A lot of them have that just kind of built in. But we'll touch on this later on in the interview. But there's a way that you can sort of retrofit your home for that. So
Yeah, I think that's an interesting point, well, really, that you made, is that it's sort of becoming the norm, like the expectation that you're going to have these components to your home. Excuse me, this technology component is just sort of expected these days. And maybe that's something that you notice more so when you have an older home, that the technology just isn't quite up to par. So let's talk a little bit about distributed audio types for folks who aren't familiar with kind of the different ways you can utilize it.
Sure. What we've really been seeing over the last couple of years are primarily two kinds of systems. One would be a single source, multiple zone system. In one of those, you would have speakers throughout the home, and when I talk about a zone of audio, I'm referring specifically to a room.
Sure.
So a kitchen would be a zone, a patio would be a zone. You would have built-in speakers. The wiring would run to a centralized amplifier. The amplifier would have one source play throughout the house, and you would go turn those zones on and off through a rotary style volume controller, something that would probably typically be locally in the room there in the wall, much like a light switch. Pretty basic, pretty easy to do, straightforward.
Yeah.
It does narrow your options as what you can have because that one source is playing simultaneously throughout all the rooms.
Sure, yeah, okay.
A little more of a sophisticated style, and we're seeing a lot of these now, are something called a multiple source, multiple zone amplifier.
Okay.
And that's kind of what I have here on the bottom here.
Okay,
So
good.
this
We
is
get to talk about our toys here.
yeah, so this would be what's called a 4x4. So this
Okay.
has four audio inputs to 4 zone outputs. And with one of these, you take away those rotary style volume controls. Everything's done through an electronic interface, a touch screen, a phone, or a tablet. I could be listening to my music in the kitchen, and you could be listening to yours outside, and we have our own independent streams going on.
Wow,
We could,
okay.
you could turn your volume up, and I could turn my volume down, completely separate of one another. Maybe we're having a party. Now all of a sudden we can hit a button and we join all the zones together. So maybe they're playing
Okay.
everything throughout the house in what's usually called like a party mode.
Okay.
So a little more options and flexibility with those.
So with single source, multiple zones, you're sort of limited because it can only be it's either on or off, or the volume. You can adjust the volume within each zone, but it's essentially going to be the same music or the same sound source.
it will be the same. So if you're listening to Pandora and that's what you're listening to as your source, that will be playing through all the zones throughout the house.
Okay.
You can turn them off through that volume control that's in the wall, or turn the volume down versus another room, but that will be playing the entire
With
time.
multiple zones, you can actually, and you guys have the capability of doing this, you can actually listen to different things. So what's
Yeah.
happening in the kitchen can be different from what's being heard on the patio.
And really quick follow-up question. You mentioned that single zone is easy to use. How about multiple zone? I mean, is it challenging? I see lots of plugins that scare me.
No,
But is it easy
not
to
at all.
use?
You as the end user don't see any of these plugins.
Okay.
Everything will be a nice, friendly, easy to use interface on a tablet or a phone, something like that, where you would go, you would have kitchen, and you would hit the
Sure.
box, and it would check it, and you would hit done, and it would start playing in that one.
So more capability doesn't mean more complicated for the
Not at
user.
all. It's actually it's very simple to use. Very simple to
Nice.
use.
How do people typically zone their homes? I mean, I'm assuming that's probably a decision in and of itself to figure out, okay, what zone, where do I want the zone boundaries to be?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and that's usually whenever we're making that determination, we have our opinions, and then we have to meet with a customer or a
Sure.
builder, the end user, and get really their opinion. Typically, there's 4 ones that are the most popular in any home, and in order, the number 1 is the kitchen.
Sure.
Large congregating area. You're having parties. That's where the food.
become the
it's where
gathering place.
It's where the
It
food
really
and
has.
drinks are.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
why would you not want it to be there?
Yeah.
The second one would be an outdoor patio or a
sure.
deck or something like that. Summertime, right now, perfect to be outside grilling. You want to have music outside.
Absolutely, yeah.
And believe it or not, the third most popular is the master bathroom.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're getting ready in the morning.
Okay,
Some
that
people
makes
take
sense.
longer than others.
Yeah.
You don't want to just sit there in awkward silence the whole time.
Right.
Sure.
Fire up your music and listen to your music in the morning. And some of these systems actually have the capability where you can set alarms or schedules where the music will maybe just start automatically playing at like 6 o'clock.
In a particular zone.
Yeah, so we could program a system like the master bathroom where you'd want to listen to your Pandora station, and we have that start playing at 7 o'clock in the morning. You always get up at 7. That's when you want it to start playing, and you always leave at 8:30. Maybe it can turn itself off at 8:30 automatically.
That sounds like a really fun alarm system.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to get in there. That's my jam.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Gives you incentive to get in there for
That's
sure.
right.
And the fourth one would be usually like a lower level rec room or something like that. And after that, it's kind of really end user specific as to what they want.
Yeah.
So before we go, let's quick talk about source selection and what that basically means.
So sources are how people play it. Most people play it through a Pandora, Spotify, which is on a tablet or a phone, AirPlay. Use various inputs like a Sonos Connect, which can be an input into an existing amplifier. Most people have that. The days of a CD player is something you plug physically into something or
Right. CDs are ancient.
they're done.
right? Yeah.
Obsolete. Yeah, and I think it's important for viewers to know also that this can, if they live in an older home or a home that has not, doesn't have a system like this built in, this can easily be retrofit into their home. And technology is so wireless nowadays, it's really non-invasive. It's not like you got to plug a bunch of holes into the walls.
Exactly. There's a product out there right now that's really dominating the market called Sonos. Sonos is a wonderful option. It's a wireless speakers throughout the room. They come in different sizes based on the size of the room, and all they do is they require power. Plug it into an outlet, sync it up to your Wi-Fi, get out
Yeah.
your phone, play straight to it. Join them all together, have
Yeah.
that party mode like we talked about.
And you guys can show people how to do that, how to get them going on it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Really easy to do.
Really great place here at J&K Security Solutions Model Smart Home. Bill Topol, thank you so
Thanks,
much for
Bill.
talking to us.
Thanks for coming in.
And that's all the time we have for Wisconsin Family. Thanks for joining us today. We'll see you next time.
Every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day